Hi everyone, welcome to the TWILD Sichuan expedition. Over the next 2 weeks, we will be going to different locations over Sichuan as we uncover more about the efforts done to further wildlife conservation, environmental sustainability, and the extent to which human influences are impeding such efforts. It is our first day and we are here at Chengdu, capital of China's Sichuan province. Chengdu is a major economic center in western China and is one of the most crowded cities in the region with a population of about 14 million. Our first stop for the day is Raffles City, Chengdu. Opened in 2011, Raffles City, Chengdu is a multi-purpose development office, residential space, and an expansive shopping mall where we can see the indelible mark of Singapore's legacy. We visited IE Singapore there, where we learned about their efforts to assimilate Singapore businesses into the local economy and how environmental sustainability is managed in their economic activities. We have Ryan, who seeks to know more about the kind of support Singapore businesses receive from IE Singapore and the environmental footprint that they create in Chengdu.
Hi, today we're here at IE Singapore, the Chengdu branch of IE Singapore. IE Singapore is a government agency that links local Singapore firms to overseas markets to help them grow. So today I'll be meeting with Mr. Tan Chuan Sing, Center Director for IE Singapore Chengdu, to ask him about how it goes about its mission and any role conservation and sustainability may play in its operations. So if you would please follow me. Hi, I'm here with Mr. Tan Chuan Sing, Center Director of IE Singapore Chengdu. So now we'll just be asking a few quick questions about how IE Singapore links to Chengdu businesses. So the first question would be, there are other foreign firms operating in China. So how does Singapore firms differentiate themselves? Is there a uniquely Singaporean characteristic that our firms exhibit, and how does IE Singapore cultivate this?
Okay, I think over here, Singapore companies have a very good brand name in terms of our systems and our management. We are also, because of our education background, we are bilingual. It's easier to connect between the US Western culture and the local Chinese culture. So in a way, we are like a link bridge between the East and West over here in China. And so there are 2 points. One is that our good system, our good brand name, especially in the areas I say education and financial services and logistics services, these 3 areas. The other one is we are like in terms of technology, we are a link bridge between West and East in China. So that is our value add in this sense.
Okay, and since our school trip is primarily focused on learning about conservation, we do need to factor in environmental factors in doing businesses. So the next question will be, economic development is often linked to urbanization, especially in emerging areas like the west of China. So is there a role for IE Singapore to play in ensuring that any urbanization that does take place is sustainable in nature?
In general, our Singapore companies, when they invest into China, they will stick to the local guidelines for their investments guidelines and their environmental guidelines. So we stick closely by the local guidelines, and in my knowledge, there isn't any Singapore companies that violate such a regulation. Even Singapore companies that are involved in mining sectors are aware of this, and they stick closely to the guidelines provided by the Chinese government, local government. Majority of the Singapore companies are actually in non-polluting industries such as service sectors. Yeah, so like financial, logistics. So there isn't so much of a problem per se for sustainability or environmental pollution. In Chengdu, there is also, in order to control the volume of trucks, the number of trucks in the city, they actually have a truck entry license. That is also part of to control the air pollution in Chengdu. So our companies are also part of this register themselves under part of this, and IE Singapore help them to lobby for foreign companies to enter into this system. So they also closely stick to this guideline. Yeah. In terms of when to enter the city, how many vehicles to own, and what kind of trucks that they can purchase. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
We see that environmental regulations still remain a key concern for many businesses in Chengdu, where we uncover the role Singapore businesses play. We are slowly moving away from Chengdu to our next destination, Dujiangyan City. It is 58 kilometers northwest of Chengdu and home to the Dujiangyan irrigation system. Built in 256 BC, it is an irrigation and flood control project led by the state of Qin Governor, Li Bing. It is a natural irrigation system that does not disrupt river flow and adversely affect the environment, unlike many controversial dams around the world. To discover more about this place, Richard speaks to our local tour guide who brought us around the irrigation system.
Hi friends, I'm Richard. I'm the itinerary head for 2017 Steer China trip to Chengdu. And now we're at Dujiangyan Dam. Yeah. So basically Dujiangyan is at the side of Chengdu, and this is an irrigation system which was built in over 2,200 years ago. This was led by the governor at that time called Li Bing and his people then. And this irrigation system basically solved the problem of both flooding and supply water for the Chengdu basin. Okay, now we are moving on to interview the tour guide of this site and get more information and more implication of how this site can benefit people in Chengdu.
Hi everyone, I'm their tour guide of Chengdu irrigation system, and this part is our Yuzui, and you will see here. You can see the shape of the irrigation system. This is the first project of the Dujiangyan system. The function of this part is to dividing the water into inner water and the outer river. So you will see it more clearly at this part.
Now we have some questions for you to maybe address and introduce to our audience about this system more.
Okay.
So our first question is, as we know that this is an irrigation system that will benefit the people in Chengdu area for their living water and the irrigation water.
Yeah.
So can you briefly describe how does it benefit people in different aspects or different areas?
How to say, the Dujiangyan irrigation system, this part, the most important thing that is the water is from Minjiang River, right? From Minjiang River, there's a lot of water come to this place, and a lot of sands will carry in the water. And here, the first project that is Yuzui, it's divided the water into two parts, inner and outer rivers. And the most important thing for our Chengdu people, that is the inner river, is to provide the industry and agriculture and living for the irrigation areas. So this is the most important thing. And the outer river, that is only in the flood season it can be used.
Okay, so my next question will be, because we all know that the outer river was naturally existed.
Yeah.
And they dig the inner river in order to bring the water inside the Chengdu basin.
Yeah.
So in that process, do you think they have destroyed the environment, or do you think they have to make some destruction to the how does the environment naturally look?
This question maybe you don't worry about that, because the whole project of the three parts just adapt the geographic condition of this part. Just dig a river at this part, it's not changed a lot. So the environment won't be destroyed or affect a lot.
So in conclusion, this whole irrigation system is not harmful to the environment, at least to a larger scale. But also, with the minimum destruction to the natural environment, it has provided a lot of benefits and convenience to the people who live in Chengdu area along these thousands of years. And that's the historical and agricultural significance of how this dam is considered one of the wonders in China.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Chen.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to the next few parts as we continue our journey throughout Sichuan to glean more insights on the region's efforts at wildlife conservation and environmental sustainability.